North Korea's leader has vowed to start a new era of friendship with his neighbor Russia. Kim Jong-un's message came after his 5-hour meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin at Vostochin Cosmodrome, a space base in Russia's Far East. The two discussed military matters, and Kim appeared to endorse Russia's war in Ukraine, adding that he is certain Moscow will, quote, punish evil forces, a veiled reference to the West. For his part, Mr. Putin hinted that military cooperation with the North could happen soon. Before the summit even got underway, the US had warned of a potential arms deal between the two pariah nations. One US official says it shows Putin's desperation. Well, I want to bring in CNN's Paula Hancock, who is following the developments for us from Seoul. Good to have you with us, Paula. So Kim Jong-un referred to Putin's war in Ukraine as a sacred fight. Just what sort of arms deal might be in the works, and what else are you learning about the readout from this 5-hour meeting?
Well, Linda, what we've heard from Kim Jong-un is that Putin has his full and unconditional support. What we saw here today was really two isolated leaders in the world who were heading up two heavily sanctioned states that were pledging allegiance to each other, a much closer alliance than we have seen in the past. And of course, the fears are that an arms deal has been done or is being done behind closed doors. Of course, we don't have details of that. But we knew that it was going to have a military focus, these talks, just by the very fact of where they were held. Kim Jong-un is given the red carpet tour of Russia's successful space program. According to one reporter present, he asked, quote, a lot of very detailed questions.
Is it 8 meters in total?
Russian President Vladimir Putin says he's happy to share the knowledge that Kim craves, a sharing of information Washington has been warning of.
The North Korean leader has shown great interest in rocket technology. They are also trying to develop space. We have good competencies. We will show them our new facility, the new Cosmodrome.
North Korea's last two attempts to put a spy satellite into space have failed. Putin showed Kim his presidential limousine, manufactured by Russian luxury automaker Aurus, reminiscent of former US President Donald Trump showing off the beast to Kim during friendlier times in Singapore. Kim praised Putin for standing up against hegemonic forces, a thinly veiled swipe at the United States and the West, even appearing to toast Russia's war in Ukraine.
I firmly believe that the Russian military and people will inherit the shining tradition of victory and demonstrate their dignity and honor on the front line of military operation.
US and South Korean intelligence predict an arms deal including North Korea providing Russia with much-needed ammunition to use in Ukraine. The symmetry in their weaponry means certain ammo could be used immediately by Russia. Another possibility, the very public meeting, could be sending a message.
It might be a signal to Seoul. Be careful, it says. If you, South Koreans, start shipping ammunition to Ukraine, Russia will probably do technology transfer to North Korea. The same message is also going to Washington.
Now, there were no press conferences, there were no statements at the end, written communiques. We certainly didn't expect anything like that from these two leaders. So it's really now up to the US, to Seoul, to Tokyo, to those who have a vested interest in what happened here to try and figure out exactly what kind of deal may have been done behind closed doors. But what they do know is an assumption that whatever deal is done by these two leaders is not likely to be good news for the US and its allies. Linda?
And in the midst of this rare international meeting, Paula, while Kim was out of the country, North Korea launched another round of missiles, this time short-range ballistic missiles. How unusual is this for this to happen while he's out of country?
Very unusual. I can't think of another time when it's actually happened. So this was two short-range ballistic missiles, as you say, just before Kim Jong-un actually met with Vladimir Putin. So what we're hearing from experts is that it was probably to show that even if Kim Jong-un is not in the country is still able to defend itself. It's still able to launch these missiles, the delegation of command and control, if you like. So certainly what we saw in the past was Kim Jong-un was very much front and center when it came to these launches, certainly in maybe 5-6 years ago. But now this is more routine to be able to carry out these launches, and the leader does not need to be there for each one.
Yeah, surprising. Paula Hancock's for us from Seoul, South Korea. Good to have you with us. Thank you.